Kids and cadets, welcome back to Tommy Time. Just picked up this Murray from the scrapper that delivers. I paid $20 for it. It looked like a complete unit. Deck was not rusted through. All the wheels are there. So this has a production date of 2004, March of '04. So let's look at the oil. Very well used. Overfilled. I'm just going to go with it as is. If it starts, I'm going to change the oil. I should probably pour a little bit off, but I'm not going to run it very long if we get it started. I had looked in the tank with a flashlight when I got this thing, and it looked like syrup in it. So let's try firing it off with Happy Juice, and I want to go ahead and take the carb off and the tank and replace it with something that's ready to go. I don't want to just add fuel to this and send it on its way. This one here needs to be worked on. Okay, very dried out foam filter. It shrunk here. You can see how it doesn't fit the holder very well. A lot of oil on it. So it's all dried out. I just helped it along with some motivation. Okay, let's continue with the project. 1/2 inch for the main bolt here. 10 millimeter on the outside. 1/2. 10 millimeter. This is the tank I'm going to use. I had patched a couple of pinholes on this with that AB compound. And I put red coat in the tank to seal the surface rust that was in here. So this is what I'm going to use. We'll put a gasket kit on it and a carb that I've already cleaned out. I've gone through this one, cleaned the screen, cleaned it all up. It should work fine. What you would do if you wanted to remove the carb, you have Phillips head screws here. There's 5 of them. Remove all of these and the whole assembly comes off the top of the tank. Let's get an empty bleach container and pour this liquid out and see what's in the tank. That's not healthy at all. There's a lot of rust, syrupy type liquid. So, yeah, I can see rust in the bottom of it now that the liquid's out. It's surface rust. So what I'll do is remove the carb, put some apple cider vinegar in here for maybe 24 hours, pour it out, and then seal it like I do the others with the red coat. This will be a good candidate for the acid apple cider vinegar bath, and then the red coat. Unacceptable. So what we do here on the new cleaned up tank, what we're going to do is put down a paper gasket, which I saved from another project. It's going to go paper down first, and then the rubber diaphragm, and then this green paper on top. The diaphragm will be in the middle of the two paper, the diaphragm sandwich. So let's get busy with that. Let me bring you over to the tailgate, and we're going to work right here. That way I don't have to hold 5 things at once. Kind of windy today. I don't want all this stuff blowing away. So that's that. Let's take a look at this one. I need to use the screws off of this. I'm not prepared. I didn't bring extra screws. I got to steal these, so we might also look at the condition of this at the same time. Let me grab a Phillips head. This is really caked on there. What's happening with you guys? What projects are you working on? I know if you're up north, you're still waiting for better weather to work outside or in the garage. These are really tight. Probably has not been disassembled since it left the factory. I'll point out a design flaw on these pulses. Okay, I think that's it. No, we got one more. I'll use this new one here to show you the design flaw. You see the distance between these two screws here. It's much longer than any other distance between the rest of the screws. What happens is the middle of the gasket and diaphragm right here start to crinkle up, and air gets pulled into here. So what some people do is they'll take an awl or a razor and just scratch the aluminum here to give the new gasket something to grab onto. They'll take something sharp and just draw a line here to scuff up the aluminum. You don't want to sand it smooth again. Make that rough edge and then put your gasket kit on it. That prevents the gasket from being pulled in. We may see that on this one here. The other thing that helps is the double paper sandwich deal that we're gonna do. The two paper gaskets help correct that problem. Also, using an awl on the aluminum, it kind of digs into the rubber and paper, and it keeps it from moving. So you see all that rust, flaky stuff from the bottom of the tank. And a ton of debris. You want to make sure this is clean here. All that rust and stuff fills up into this pocket. The fuel goes into here, and then it's pulled up through this screen. You can see the screen's nearly blocked completely. So make sure it's nice and clean down there. You can see this is a well-used diaphragm. It's distorted, bent here. It should be nice and flat. So this thing has seen better days. And you can see the large gap here. And a little bit of crinkling of the diaphragm here as well. Right in that area. So I'll clean this thing up, get rid of this rust, give it an acid bath, and we'll use this on the next deal. So let's move on to the carbon tank we're going to use. So I'm going to put, I'll put the green one down first. Then the diaphragm. Oh, look, a production error. That should have been taken out in production, that little piece of rubber hanging on. We got a huge southerly breeze, so that's kind of blowing my stuff around. Okay, then we got the diaphragm, the rubber, and this other paper gasket that I saved. So that'll go down. Try to line your holes up. Grab the carburetor that we're going to use. So what I'll do is get one started, one that I can see the hole is lined up, which is this corner one. Get that started and then move on to the one opposite. Kind of line up the gaskets. Okay, now we're cooking with fire. So I'll start here, crisscross applesauce, go here, 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 back to here, and do this a couple of times until it's tightened down. You don't want to go in a circle, then you have one side lopsided. So nearly bring them down till they're touching. And then just keep going back and forth. Make a couple of passes. Snug it down. Okay. Now we're ready to reinstall. This doesn't have the O-ring or the white clip. I'm going to steal it off of the original carburetor. We need that. Just kicked you in the knee. Hope you don't mind. Okay, that's installed. We're tight. Let's bring this back over to the unit and install it. had to steal the 90-degree elbow. Let's look at the plug on this thing, and then we'll put fuel in it and try starting it. A little wet. I'm just going to wire brush it and put it back in. We know it's working. It fired off. We have a carburation issue, not a spark issue. Okay, just primed it looking down the throat of the carb, and I did see streams of raw gas going into the cylinder, so primer bulb is good. Let's cap it and we'll try to start it. I used the last little bit of fuel I had. I'm running out of gas here. There's enough in there to give me about 10 minutes worth. That's all I care about. Then the oil change will be next. Okay, we're getting there. It took a few times to prime. It's really blowing a lot of smoke out, and that's due to the excess fill crankcase. Let's go ahead and pour some of that off, that oil. So carburetor side up, I'm going to tilt it back this way, pour off some of that excess oil. really sludgy on the oil. Better. I'm at the F on full. Okay, that turned out well. I'm happy with it. Now that we know it's a runner, I'll go ahead and clean it up, sharpen the blade. Let's flip it over so I can show you guys the blade. I think it's in okay condition. I don't have to change it. So I don't see a whole lot wrong with this thing other than the syrupy, rusty fuel that was in that original tank. Somebody had let it sit too long. Pull the spark plug wire. I value my right arm. Just needs to be touched up. There's no rock damage or any major nicks on the leading edge. So this thing here will clean up nicely. I just got to remove it, touch it up, and put it back on. Just noticed something. Somebody's welded the handle. It looks like it broke at one time. I don't know if this was a Harvey do-it-yourselfer, but they've gobbled up weld on both sides here. I doubt this is a factory fix. It wouldn't be broken from the factory. Somebody's manipulated this thing with hot molten metal. So we lost a lot of oil out of the top of the engine here. Just having it on the side, having it overfill that little bit more, we didn't get out. Oil poured out of the throat of the carb here. So I may have to take this all apart. That's going to get into the tank, into the bottom of the carb. I'm going to have to redo this job. Unfortunately, I'm going to send you kids and cadets to the kitchen. Get yourself some refreshments. I'm going to tear this thing down again. I'm at my 30-minute mark, and I can't go anymore or this thing won't download. Thanks for coming out. Tip your waitress and wait staff. Have a good day today. So that was kind of a pisser. See you.